Hey there. Today I'm coming to give you the gift of music. Not professionally, but just as it has come from my heart, spontaneously. As you know, Bud, your daddy, some of you granddaddy, when we were married, we loved children, and one of our goals was to have a large family. We never put a limit on it, but I guess we ran out of gas with Flipper. Anyway, as each infant was welcomed into our world, I dreamed up a lullaby. It would be yours individually, to stick with you the rest of your life. Although most of you have forgotten them, I'm sure. I have remembered them, and that's why I'm here today, to bring them back to you. The first one was Fritz, and Fritz got his name Fritz because being George Arthur Hahn III was just too cumbersome to carry around for a little kid. And we called him Schnickel Fritz, as the old Germans would have, and it evolved into just Fritz or Fritzl. And when he was an infant, and I used to bathe him, I would sing to him a dance, I think from the opera Aida. Although I'm sure I have bastardized the rhythm, no one would think of it as Verdi's composition except me. But anyway, this is your individual lullaby, Fritz, and I was pretty short on words. You'll hear. Fritz-o, 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 Fritz, Fritz-o, 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 Fritz, Fritz-o, 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 Fritz, Fritz-o, 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 Fritz. The end. It was a short bath. But you enjoyed the music, and it made you laugh, so that was fine. The next to come along was Stephen. Stephen is the only one who has a complete song. Sorry, I just didn't have time for the rest of you, you might say, but I really did. I just happened to love this old Southern Mammy's song, and it was easy enough for me to hold Steve in my arms and love him because he was such a beautiful child, like a little rose. Sweetest little fellow, everybody knows. Don't know what to call him, but he's mighty like a rose. Looking at his mammy with eyes so shining true makes you think that heaven is coming close to you. When he is a-sleeping in his little place, I thinks I sees the angels a-peeking through the lace. When the night is coming and the shadows creep, angels come on tiptoe to kiss him in his sleep. Sweetest little fellow, everybody knows. Don't know what to call him, but he's mighty like a rose. So much for Steve. And then, glory be to God, we got a little girl. And I was just thrilled. Daddy was just thrilled. Poor Granddaddy was just thrilled. We couldn't get over the fact that our little girl was the image of her own dad, and she was bald. for 2 whole years. But that's okay, she's got beautiful hair today. Anyway, Spike Jones made this popular song when she was in her infancy, and I just picked it up and started singing it to her, and I've loved it ever since. My pretty girl, my little girl, oh darling, how I love you. My pretty girl, my little girl, oh darling, how I love you. Promise me you will never leave me. Promise me you will never grieve me. Promise me you will always love me. Oh, my pretty girl. And then came Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. That must have been a time when I was preoccupied with the war between the states, because I've taken several songs sung by Southerners. And this song that I sang to Dave was a slave's song, but it is indicative of all the melancholy and the sadness that they felt when they were separated. As families, they were separated from each other. And this is a song about a slave who was left in the East, I guess, and his lover, lovely wife maybe, was taken across the country to the Midwest. Oh, Shenandoah, I hear you calling far beyond the wide Missouri. Da-da-da, the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, oh, Shenandoah, across the wide Missouri. Didn't put David's name in it, but he liked the melody, and it was easy enough to hold him in my arms and walk around singing da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da. I guess he just liked the melody. That's what I loved about it. And then came Paul. Tiny, delicate featured. He looked so fragile, our little Paul. And he was fragile if you put him next to that toddler David, who was husky and broad-shouldered, and Paul was blonde and blue-eyed, and just fragile was all I could think about him. He was such a sweet, quiet kid. Aunt Cease used to call him Paulette. She thought he should have been a girl. He looked like he should have been a girl when he was an infant. Funny how life works out. But anyway, I went back to my piano days to find a lullaby for Paul, and I thought of a Chopin prelude. It's a prelude, not an etude, a prelude, called the Raindrop Prelude. This is a very beautiful, sweet melody and very calm and soothing the way gentle raindrops can be. But then later on in the music comes thunderous piano arpeggios and all sorts of gymnastics up and down the keyboard. But I saved the raindrop part for little Paulette. Sweet little Paul, our blinking and nod, you are a gift that we receive from God, our little Paul. Sweet little Paul, our blinking and nod, you are a gift that we receive from God, our little Paul. times do change one. The next is Douglas. And this is where I have plagiarized one of the popular musicals of the day. But I loved it. I loved the melody, and I think that you all will remember this from Brigadoon. Come to me, bend to me, call me your own. Douglas, my Douglas, I'll give you a home. Come to me, bend to me, call me your own. Douglas, my Douglas, I'll give you a home. He was also a beautiful baby. Grandma May used to call him Lover Boy. He was jolly and rotund, and everybody loved Lover Boy. But after 3 boys, I was desperately wanting a companion for Mary Lydia, my pretty lady. And when I had Julianne, I was so happy. I just kept smiling and smiling. And one of the songs that was popular in those days, sung by Debbie Reynolds, was Tammy. And that was her lullaby. And as I sang to her later on, as she grew up, I also brought her nickname from our next door neighbor, Tinkerbell. And you'll hear that in the song. Julianne, Julianne, you are my love. Da-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Tinkerbell, Tinkerbell, you are my love. And I think Debbie Reynolds sang it. I hear a mockingbird singing to you, Julianne, Julianne. And it was Tammy's in love, but I guess my love had to work for her at that time. But anyway, Tinkerbell, Tinkerbell, you are my love. And then came Kate. And Kate's middle name is Eileen, so that I could sing to her Katrina. Hans Christian Andersen was popular at that time, done by Danny Kaye, and I think you all might have recordings, albums, whatever, of the songs that I used to sing from the Hans Christian Andersen's show. But for Katie, it was Katrina. See if you remember this. Oh, Katrina, my Katrina, funny little thing. Oh, Katrina, dance. Oh, Katrina, sing. Oh, Katrina, my Katrina, dee 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 dee. If you, I've forgotten those words. You're 9 feet tall, though you're no bigger than my thumb, dum dum dum, than my thumb. Oh, my Katrina, how your love, da da dum, da dum, da 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 dee 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 dee. Oh, Katrina, my Katrina, funny little thing. Oh, Katrina, dance. Oh, Katrina, sing. Oh, Katrina, my Katrina, though you're very small, if your heart is full of love, you're 9 feet tall. Kate's the one with the wiggly toes, and she used to sit in the high chair, and her big toes would be going like this all the time. I guess that meant she's anxious to eat. I don't know. I'm anxious to eat. But anyway, she used to love it, and her big toes almost came in the same rhythm with the music. It was pretty cute. Another one that I sang to Kate was from Music Man. Light a Rose. And we used to go to the beach every day, and I would rock Katie on my foot and my ankle and sing, Katie girl, I love you so, Kate. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Katie girl, I love you so, Kate. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Well, the waves were coming. That was enough. She didn't need words to the song. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Katie girl, I love you so, Kate. And that's Light a Rose, I love you so, Rose. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do from Music Man. And then, let's see, after Kate came Christopher, better known as Oz. His daddy named him that when he was born. I think because he was probably wrinkled and dry-skinned. And anyway, he said, he looks like an Oz to me. Whatever Daddy's idea of Oz was, I don't know, Oswald. But anyway, Hans Christian Andersen again. And you'll recognize the inchworm, although he's not much like an inchworm today. Christopher, Christopher, look smelling like a marigold. Here when your dirty dykes will probably go far. Christopher, Christopher, smelling like a marigold. Da-da-dum, da-da-da-da, da-dee-dee, dee-dee. And after Christopher, named Oz, Oz doesn't fit in the song. It had to be Christopher. And after Christopher came Valerie. There was another musical, The Sound of Music, which we took some of you to see with us on the stage. And that's when, of course, I fell in love with the song Edelweiss. Valerie, Valerie, every morning you greet me, soft and white, clean and bright, you're to bring heaven to me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow forever. Valerie, Valerie, you bring heaven to me. And then Uncle Phil Kaiser and his wife, Mary Jean, were a very musical family. They also had 12 kids, and every one of their children played a musical instrument or sang. And they used to sing the song together, The Happy Wanderer. And this is the way they did it. I like to go wandering along my merry way, do-do-do-do-do-do-do, with a knapsack on my back. Val-de-ree, Val-de-ra, Val-de-ree, Val-de-ra, Val-de-ree, Val-de-ra, with the knapsack on my back. And we used to sing to her then, Val-de-ree, Val-de-ra. And they knew we were singing it to our little Valley. And also, every time her daddy came through the kitchen door, he'd say, Valley-oo, Valley-oo. So Valerie was known as Val-de-ree and Valley. and heaven only knows what else today. Grandma. She's a grandma. And then after Valerie came Nancy. Nancy was from the musical Fanny. Not many words, just a beautiful melody. Da-da-dee, da-da-da-da-da. Nancy, little Nancy. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Nancy, oh Nancy, my love. Da-dee-dee, da-da-da-da-da. Nanny, little Nanny. Da-da-da-da-da. Nancy, my nanny, my own. I recall sitting at the dining room table reciting a poem for Nancy Hanks. And if any of you wondered why her daddy called her Hanks all the time, it was because he and I knew who Nancy Hanks was. Let's see if you know. If Nancy Hanks came back as a ghost, seeking news of what she loved most, she'd ask first, "Where's my son? What's happened to Abe? What's he done?" Poor little Abe, left all alone except for Tom, who's a rolling stone. He was only 9 the year I died. I remember still how hard he cried. Scraping along in a little shack with hardly a shirt to cover his back and a prairie wind to blow him down. A pinching times if he went to town. You wouldn't know about my son? Did he grow tall? Did he have fun? Do you know his name? Did he get on? And then, last but not least, was Flipper. And that musical, you all know, is Finian's Rainbow. And guess what I wrote for him? And guess what I sang to him almost to age 5 as I tried to get him down for naps in the afternoon. And he wouldn't fall asleep. He'd wait and wait for me to sing his lullaby. On the day I was born, said me father to me, Finian was Irish, "I've an elegant legacy a-waitin' for thee. 'Tis a rhyme for your lips, a song for your heart, to cheer ya whenever the world falls apart. Look, look, look to the rainbow, follow it over the valley and stream. Look, look, look to the rainbow, follow the fellow who follows a dream." No, no, no! Sing it again, you got it wrong. That kid isn't asleep yet. I gotta sing it again. On the day I was born, said me father to me, "I've an elegant legacy a-waitin' for thee. 'Tis a rhyme for your lips, a song for your heart, to cheer ya whenever the world falls apart. Look, look, look to the rainbow, follow it over the Nancy and stream. Look, look, look to the Follow the fellow who follows a dream. And there was no napping until he had listened to his lullaby for Valley and Nancy. Nancy was right above him. She taught him how to put on his socks. She labored over tying his shoes for him, and she's been one of his protectors ever since. Bless you all. Bless you all. Bless you all. The long and the short and the tall. Bless all the fathers and who they beget. Do 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 do. Bless you all. Bless you all. Bless you long and the short and the tall. Bless you all, bless you all, the long and the short and the tall. Bless all the fathers and who they beget. Do 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 do. Bless you all, bless you all, bless you long and the short and the tall.